Welcome back, guys, to hour 2 here of Swan Song, week 30. Adam, what's going on?
So the back alley cybernetics doctor examines the eye for a little bit, and then takes them over to takes it over to a piece of equipment that's got like a scope on it and some examination. He puts it into an admittedly kind of grimy looking like holder that like reaches up and grabs onto it. And he looks through the scope and adjusts some dials, does some science stuff. And I'm gonna roll for him to see what he can learn about it.
Is this the science stuff roll?
This is his science roll. It's actually his sci-tech roll. So. Let's see how he does. Ooh. Yeah, he good at this. All right.
Wow.
I love when my NPCs roll the way that backs up what I said they were good at. If he'd rolled a 2, it'd be really embarrassing for him. Nope. Sorry, don't know anything.
I'm an idiot, yeah.
Have a good time. Bye. Thanks for killing everyone outside. So he looks at it under the scope. Maybe it outputs like some dot matrix printer paper. And he kind of like reviews it, and you can see like some diagrams on there. And he turns to you, Piani, and he says, "Where did you get this?" And he like gives the eye back to you.
It was given to me by a friend.
You have a very generous friend. This is unusual technology. You know it is sci-tech, not useful for anyone who's not having MES.
Oh, I had a thought, but kind of needed to confirm it. The question is what does it do?
Eric's face is very wide right now.
It depends. It focuses psychic powers, especially those concerned with viewing the future, the past. We call him precognition or postcognition.
I'm aware. But what exactly does it do?
Oh, I don't know. And he like looks at you and he says, are both of your eyes natural? No cybernetic enhancement?
As far as I know, they're the eyes that God gave me.
And would you be willing to have one removed?
To put that thing in?
Yes, it is the only way that we can find out what it does. I would be very interested in finding out. I would charge you only a minimal fee.
Are you... excuse me? Hi.
He turns as if suddenly he remembers there's other people in the room. Yes?
I'm very sorry about throwing those boxes on top of you earlier. I didn't mean to do that. But have you studied SciTech very much?
Yes.
Oh,
I have.
Okay. That's good. Can I look at that really quick? Just for a moment, please. Piani, do you mind?
Well, don't do anything to damage it.
Oh, no. I would never do something like that. These pieces of technology are very rare and very unique.
So I turn back to the guy, I guess, as Eric is looking at it, and I say, how long will it take?
The installation, not long. We would have to remove your eye, install it. It would take likely a week or so to recover. And then testing.
I think
lots and lots of testing.
I look around like the moment he just says, removing, and I'm just like, not here. You won't do it here, right?
He looks around and is like, where else would you like me to do it? This is my clinic.
I can provide you at least a more sterile location, maybe.
He just scoffs. He's like, sterility is overrated. No one I have ever operated on has died as a result of infection or... And he seems like he's thinking, no, that is true, yes. That is a true statement.
And is Higgs is still outside or with us?
You say that and you stare. Ah!
What?
In the alley. I'm just sitting there crying because no one's paying attention to me.
Are you actually out there?
Yeah, I'm on the ground.
Okay. Well, as you scream, then I storm out of the room to go
Nice.
see if you're okay.
How much it gonna cost me?
Everybody else just stands there.
He thinks about it and he's like, well, the standard fee for organ removal, installation fee, 5,000 credits I think would cover it.
I'm giving you a perfectly good eye. It fucking is. It's perfect. It's
I
2020.
It's like I did not realize that this was a trade-in deal. Yes, of course I can give you a discount. 4,000 then.
All right, 4,000. Let's
So-
fucking do it.
If I had 5 eyes to give you, would you give me another one of these? And I just hold it up. I'm wearing like white silk gloves now, by the way.
He says, I would be lucky if I were to see another one of these again, even one time in my life.
Oh, yes, it's very unique and very fascinating. I got
What
a
was
12,
that?
Adam.
On SciTech?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's absolutely of an order of magnitude complex that you've never seen before. It's very, very old. And it's all unlike a lot of SciTech and pre-tech, it's all original parts, so nothing in it has been replaced. In fact, you can't like it seems like it was machined seamlessly in one piece.
Mhm.
So you can't see like any connectors or like it. You'd have to examine it with an electron microscope to really like get in there and
Yeah.
see anything about it.
Yeah, cool. So like all I really know from my 12 is that it's really, really high-end ancient shit.
Yeah, and that because of the components that are used to make it, like he said, the lenses are made up of psychically reactive crystal. It's meant for like this kind of thing might be used for seeing things like around you, like psychic auras and stuff. But he did mention like pre-tech and or precog and postcog are affected.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Like, do I know enough about it to know whether it's valuable to Piani at her power level specifically?
You would need to run some tests on Piani to know, because you don't really know what power level Piani is, right?
I mean, like, I know I have a general sense of how many power points she has, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
beyond that, I don't know. Okay,
Sure,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
You don't
so,
know.
you know, I just,
Disciplines and stuff.
I'm just like, oh, this is probably pre-Chandalian tech. It's very, very fancy. It's mind machined from a single piece. You know, just spouting off on and on and on. I hand it back, you know, reverently. I turn to Piani. I clap her on the shoulder. Boisterously, I say, good find.
So, Adam, I think there's like a moment where, you know, the episode flashes back to actually what Piani saw when she originally got the eye, because that is the reason why it has driven her the whole time. And like, frankly, like SciTech is you know, I'm like such a computer driven person, like it makes sense, but I know very little about it. But that's
Totally.
kind of like what's driving me. So, I mean, I saw a lot of bad shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what do we got to do? When do we start?
He you turn around and the doctor is already like putting on gloves. Like he just turns and looks at you and he like snaps the glove and he's like, anesthetic I suppose would be the first place to start, and he gestures to a chair.
I'll tell you what. What do you give me 5 minutes?
Yes, of course.
I guess I walk outside and I walk up to Higgs.
As I see you walking out, I've kind of quieted down, but I like to see it.
Well, I'm with him. Yeah.
Yeah, I just get louder and louder, and I'm like, Alfie, pick me up.
Higgs, I'm gonna be out of commission for about a week, and I'm gonna need you to not leave before I'm done. But everything will be fine. Hopefully,
So-
one of you.
We have our job was 2 weeks. We got. What do you mean? We can't. What are
Yeah,
you doing?
you won't have time for both.
Why the fuck are we in this alley?
Well,
Who doesn't need a back alley eye removal now and then?
then you're gonna have to leave me behind.
What are you haven't done? You're gonna let this crazy guy perform a surgery? He's got his gloves on, Piani. You know what that means?
Higgs, if you saw what I saw when I touched the eye, you'd understand why I'm going through with it. It's the right move for the crew.
It's gonna take a week.
It's gonna take a week. So either you wait for me, and we go, and we hope we can make it, or you leave without me, and you come back.
I guess Eric comes like stepping out of the door at that point in time. I just look at Higgs. I say, Mr. Higgins, if you're worried about it, I could stay with Piani and look after her while she recovers, and you could take Alfaris and go do the thing.
We had 2 weeks to do that, right, Adam?
Yeah, you got to get to. I mean, it's 2 weeks till the pickup, so you got to pick up the VIP on Oninsa in that much time. But to get from
Where's
Geoff
Oninsa?
it's in Vafai
Vafai
304. So it's actually not that. With your current spike drive, you can be there in about a week, right? 2, 4, 6. It'll take you 8 days to get to Vafai.
So basically, if we spend 7 days here, there's no way we'll make it in time. Even if all rolls go perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, the surgery isn't going to take a week. You might have, like, one-eyed pirate Piani for a little while. That's the recovery time, right? Like, he can do the surgery now. All he has to do is, like, put her out, pop that eye out of there, put the new one in, shoot her full of antibiotics, and then away she goes. But
Well, great.
yeah.
Then we're good. I'll just be, out of commission.
Well, I mean, it's not like you fight or anything. Go ahead.
Alfaris is just soaking his hole, and he does not understand the dynamic. He's trying to figure it out.
Maybe I say that. I'm just like stroking the back of Alfaris's head while he's got me picked
Higgs, by the way, before I go get my eye poked out and put this new one in,
up. Sounds fun.
how many of the guys did you kill in the last fight that we had? Hold on, I'm trying to think. Eric, you remember? How many people did Higgs kill?
Oh, I don't think Higgs killed very many people, Piani. I think he didn't kill anybody.
How
I
many
think it
did
was all
you
myself
kill?
and Alfaris.
Well, I killed one.
And you.
But Higgs.
Didn't I
Zero.
kill one? I forget. Did I kill one or no?
Anyway,
Doesn't matter.
I walk back in, and yep. Good
Okay.
take care.
All right, so the doctor takes you over to essentially like a dentist chair, gets you up in the chair, and he just starts walking you through like the procedure. So he's like, we can't put you under general anesthetic because it's too dangerous for the procedure. We're going to give you a topical anesthetic and do the procedure. It should only take 30 seconds, but will be somewhat uncomfortable. Would you like your friends to stay here with you, or... And he, like, looks over his shoulder at the rest of the group.
I think Eric will stay, but the rest can do what they want, just to be sure.
Very good.
Also, like, would there be any sort of danger to go into almost like a psychic meditation, and
No, hell no.
I think like
a
that's what I would just
fantastic idea.
try to do in order to mitigate any damage that I might, or not damage, but pain.
Piani's going to her happy place.
Yeah, my happy place.
Okay. All right. So he puts you in the chair. The chair like retracts slightly, and he pulls over a machine that we can see as like, it basically looks like one of those like stationary power drills, but on the end there's like a long needle with a like a plastic tube running up next to it. And I think the last thing that we see is, I don't know if anybody here's played Dead Space 2, but
Yep.
the last thing we see of the scene is like, Piani lying back as the like needle is like moving slowly towards your eyeball. And then we cut over to something else, because I don't want to describe you getting a needle in the eye. Okay, so you pay the guy. You don't have to make a roll or anything. I think the next time that we see Piani, you just have like bandages wrapped around your head and a big like white gauze. You look like an anime character. You have like an eye patch, basically. and he gives you a bunch of pills you have to take every day, and yeah, and he just says, "Come back when you are done healing. Come back in a week, and we will talk again. It may take some time for the interface to connect. If you experience any unusual symptoms," and he like gives you his card basically. He's like, have someone call me or call me yourself. I will see what I can do to help. And he like, you can tell he's like very excited to see what happens. But you can just add those to your MES pills you already have to take.
Okay. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, and he's... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Is there any time, like, after the operation, but before we're wheeling Piani out, where Eric can make, like, you know, can inject a calculated conversation about SciTech in the hopes of getting this guy to, like, give him more information about SciTech in general, or if he has any resources on SciTech that Eric could borrow?
Yeah, you can talk to him while he's doing the operation. That's
I don't want to like Eric might be biting himself back a little bit during the operation in in fear of hurting Piani or something like that.
Sure.
But
you're having the conversation over the sounds of like Piani's uncomfortable groaning, and then lots of sucking noises.
No.
All right, so what do you want to ask him?
I guess really what I want to get is if he has any research material or informational material on SciTech that I haven't read before. Like, if there's any way I can borrow it from him and, you know, just peruse it while I'm off with the Swan Song. I'll bring it back. He
tells you, I guess, make a roll. Make a...
Can I make a SciTech roll?
No, because you're trying... It's a charisma roll of some kind. It's because you're trying to convince him.
Can I make a charisma roll with my SciTech skill?
Sure, fine.
Yeah, buddy!
Sure.
All right. Yeah! I could have done that with my persuade skill and still gotten a 10.
Good work. Okay, yeah. This guy mysteriously takes a liking to you. I think he's probably happy that you're not freaked out by having a conversation while Piani's having her eyeball scooped out. And he tells you basically his like life story where he like talks about, you know, going to university and going to an Axiometer University and getting all these degrees and like spending time on Hoveda, learning about SciTech, and then coming to Gyaxi, and then basically I guess the way he tells you, he ran into some trouble with a client that didn't like the cyberware that he installed, and you know he tells you like, no, yeah, he did everything right, and this is exactly what the guy asked for, but the guy wanted his arm back, and it was too late because he'd already sold the arm to somebody else, and you can't unsell an arm, and
no,
you can't unsell an arm. It's in the book. But he and he's like, so this guy, like, you know, he was very important, and he had him kicked out of kicked him out of his practice. He lost his license, and now he's been having to, like, you know, do this in this like place, but you know, he used to be like great and awesome. And he tells you that he doesn't have any of his all of his material is up in his head, but he used to have this like database of like all kinds of information about SciTech and cyber gear and stuff, but you know, it was seized by the authorities, and you know, if you were to retrieve it for him, certainly he would be happy to let you, you know, peruse it at your leisure. He would make you a copy of anything that you wanted. It's just he doesn't have it. The database has been taken away.
Which authorities? Where is it? That's awful. All of your work, your life's work, stolen away from you.
Yep. So it was seized. It was seized by the Vinaya civil authority, and he assumes in a locker, evidence locker somewhere.
What's this doctor's name?
His name is.
You've even asked.
Yeah, his name is. He's Dr. Ranjit Singh.
RANJIT SINGH.
Correct.
Dr. Ranjit Singh's SciTech research stolen unfairly by Vinaya authority. Like, is it the authorities in this very city that we're in, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's the planetary authorities, but...
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Like, I guess, does he know, like, are there any kind of release conditions on his, research? Like, is it just a bounty that needs to be paid, or?
It's technically part of an ongoing investigation under which, like, you get the impression that I don't know, maybe Eric doesn't get the impression, but he's like, they took it away from me, and I cannot get it back because my reputation is such that if I even show my face, then they will arrest me immediately. It's basically conditional, like, in part of the case against him. So, yeah, it's part of an ongoing investigation. You can't just go and get it back.
Okay, cool. Crap. Awesome.
Okay.
So then I guess when I'm awake,
Yep.
I go to the doctor and I make sure to ask, doctor, I'm worried about my balance a bit. I don't suppose you've got a wheelchair I can take with me. I'm willing to pay, like, 100 credits or 50, whatever you think is fair.
Yes, do not stand. I will find one somewhere. And he, like, wanders back and starts, like, digging through some stuff. And he pulls out a folded up wheelchair, brings it over and pulls it open, sets it out for you.
Before I sit in it, I, like, rock it a couple times, make sure it's not
Lean back.
defunct, and then I sit down with it.
Okay. Yeah,
I
so
look back at Eric.
Eric just smiles and then, like, lifts his hand like this, and you just slowly float about a foot up into the air.
Awesome. Hover wheelchair. Why does he
Ewok
have
music
wheels?
starts playing.
Yep. All right. So let's diagonal wipe to the Swan Song. Piani, you've been having, like, you're pretty messed up by the painkillers right now. You're on the really strong stuff now. They'll lower it later. But when you get back to the ship, Pi is waiting for you. And so you wheel the wheelchair back, and Pi looks down at you and says, Piani, are you injured?
Well, I suppose you could say I'm injured a bit in my eye, but I just had a little thing done to it. Does it look bad?
Pi looks at
I
Eric.
have a cool patch on me now.
Pi looks at
I
Eric.
just wanted to be a pirate.
Piani is behaving very strangely, Eric. What happened?
I think, Robot Pi, that Piani is under the effects of pain medicine and antibiotics. She's fine. She's just a little high right now.
Why does she need those drugs? What happened?
She underwent an elective surgery to replace one of her eyes with a Sci-Tech cybernetic eye.
Interesting. Like, they look back down at...
Do you want to see it? I can show you.
I don't think it's time.
Okay. It's so gonna be fine, Pi.
Pi says to Eric, Eric, you look uncomfortable. Would you like me to take her?
Oh, I think we can just walk her to her room.
Or Pi should
Pizza
come
robot.
with us.
Yes.
Make Pi come.
Pi, would you like to come with us to Piani's room?
Yes, I would. Thank you.
Very good.
I totally forgot I was going to heal Higgs. But I fucking forgot.
Pizza robot.
Shit.
I'm such a bad psychic. I can't believe I forgot.
Pi just leans over and kind of
pats
pats you on the shoulder, Piani. There. It's going to be all right. Hush now. And then, like...
Is he still bleeding? He's gonna get the ship dirty.
Pizza robot. I don't know where Piani's room is.
Eric, my name is Pi.
Oh. Okay, Pi. I don't know
you.
where Piani's room is.
So Pi kind of like just like moves in between you and the wheelchair and like picks up the edge of the wheelchair and starts to push Piani down the hallway. It's kind of like shoulders you out of the way.
Okay, good. Have fun. I just turn around and walk out of the ship.
Okay.
Thank you, Eric. I appreciate you being there. Hope, the drill and the squishy noises didn't throw you off. I
Eric's
probably look
gone.
really ugly when it happens.
So Alfarius, are you there too?
No, I think well, you'll have to tell me, but I just like took Mr. Higgs back or with everyone, I guess. And
yeah, I think you're all back on the ship for now.
yeah, okay. I'm just hanging out then.
Okay. So I think that Pi comes to talk to you, Alfarius, after putting Piani to bed.
Okay. I'm in my
we're-
room, like unpacking stuff and organizing things, I suppose.
Okay. All right. So there's like a knock on your door.
He says, yes.
It's Pi. I'd like to have a word with you.
Absolutely. My room is...
Just long, quiet pause.
He's just like waiting. He's like looking at the door.
Okay, there's another knock on the door. Are you still there?
Yes, of course. You can come in.
Thank you. The door opens. Pi's little body like walks in, looks around. Are you getting settled in your new quarters?
I am.
Good. I'm glad. I just put Piani down. She seems unusual. Eric wouldn't tell me what happened. Were you there?
Yes. I don't see why he wouldn't tell you. She
I
had
think-
surgery. Her eye was replaced with some device that she had.
Oh, yes, the eye from Sigrid. She's been very curious about it for some time.
He nods and says, you'll have to forgive me. I'm still learning about everyone.
It's all right. I would be happy to answer any questions you might have.
I appreciate that. At this time, I'm just trying to watch and learn.
Can I ask you something, Alfarius?
He says... he kind of nods sagely and says, Nadio. Which is Swahili for yes.
Yeah, I figured. So Pi assumes because you were nodding. Pi does not speak Swahili yet. So Pi says, is it usual for humans to replace parts of themselves the way you have?
He kind of like, he squints his, iridescent blue eyes and says, common, I don't think so. But certainly not uncommon. And he squints and kind of turns his head like this. Like, does that make sense?
It seems like a considerable upgrade. Your combat facilities are much higher than they would be if you were just meat.
He seems to regard that and says, yes, combat-wise, I would think myself improved, but if I could go back in time and not be maimed and be the man that I was, I most certainly would.
It seems like your cybernetics are causing some kind of cerebral failure.
My speech is disjointed, to say the least, and actually I fear it's bled into the way I think, but... Well, it's completely fucked up.
I suppose that's your call to make. It doesn't seem quite so fucked up to me, if you don't mind my saying so.
He looks at you and says, I mean, I appreciate that. Most people laugh at me, and I tend to try not to talk too much because it gets bad sometimes.
Would you like me to share something that I've learned about people with you, Alfaris?
Absolutely.
They're not very nice.
He kind of like thinks about that and says, Pi, do you know what planet I'm from?
No, I don't.
Do you know of the planet Andoni?
I do.
He says, in my experience, people can be not very nice, but so can artificial intelligence.
It's my opinion that artificial intelligences are a form of people, too. Some of them are good. Some are not. I'm sorry about what happened to your planet, Alfarius.
I appreciate that, and I agree with you.
It was good speaking to you. I'm going to go now.
He says, he nods and says, Shukrani Nukwaga. Which in little brackets you can say is thanks, thank you, and farewell.
So we get subtitles when you speak Swahili.
Every once in a while, yeah, when it matters, I guess.
Okay, yeah, Piani leaves. Or Pi leaves, Piani's asleep. Eric, what are you doing? I guess the plan here is to head out, right?
Well, Eric goes to Higgs. He goes to Higgs.
Okay.
Yeah, and Higgs, where are you?
Are we back at the ship?
Yeah.
I would say if we're still waiting for Piani to heal, right?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Well, I mean, Piani's going to be out for a couple of days, but you're going to be in transit for 8 of those days, so.
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess I'm just on the captain's deck, like planning out the flight, stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm just, updating one of my goals here, Adam, to what.
Yeah.
I'm on the flight deck. I step on board. I say, Captain Higgins, sir, I have a favor to ask of you.
I just keep like staring down at the nav charts. I'm just like, yeah, what is it?
Well, it seemed like Alfarius is so good at killing people, and Piani is so good at having eyes implanted into her head, and
It's an important skill to have.
I can fling heavy things around, but Mr. Higgins, I can't really talk to people, and you're really good at that. So, could you talk to someone for me?
Yeah, who you want me to talk to?
Well, we need to talk to the Vinaya Planetary Authority.
I was hoping you were going to say my little friend, and then you pulled out a machine gun and shot him.
Bah, 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 bah.
I mean, Tony Montana is really more Higgs' style, I think.
Why is everyone laughing at me?
Higgs' whole desk is covered in a pile of cocaine. It's fine.
Yeah.
One day I'll get there. Who? I guess I stop. I like turn back around, take it more serious. Like who?
The Vinaya Planetary Authority. You see, the doctor who operated on Piani, he has a lot of research on SciTech, and, well, it would be really nice for him to get it back. And I sort of like look intently at Higgs' face. And then I say, but it would also help us, Mr. Higgins, if I had more information about SciTech. You see, as a meta-psionicist, I can develop technologies for all psychic disciplines. And I think it could be really valuable to have that information.
So you want me to tell these people what now? Tell them that this guy has this information?
No. They have his research. They took it from him. We have to get it back.
Well, that's I mean, a conversation could be had there, but I think that's more than a conversation. They're going to want money for it. It's going to take time. We could swing back by. I don't think it's one of our priorities right now.
Oh, I understand. Is there a conversation to be had before we take off?
Well, I can send him a message, and we'll just see how that goes. If that will that be
Okay.
Does that suffice? Is that good?
Yeah, I think that could work, Mr. Higgins. And I just turn around and walk out. And then I stop, and then I turn back around and I say, oh, Mr. Higgins, I think Dr. Ranjit Singh I think he's a criminal. I don't think they'll give up his research willingly.
Well, that's what I just said, Eric. So
I don't want you to feel too bad about doing something unethical, like running some kind of a con.
Eric, I once shot a man because he asked for a ride off the planet. I'm just laying that out there. Maybe you'll get an understanding of how this all works, and we'll just go from there.
I knew I could count on you, Mr. Higgins.
I
Doesn't
won't shoot
phase
you.
Eric for a second.
And I just turn around and walk out.
Every once in a while, somebody's just got to get randied. This is how it goes.
Yeah.
All right. Would you like to make some negotiation rolls before you go, or are you gonna take off? What do you want to do with that information, Higgs?
I think I send like a very polite, lightly worded message to them, but I don't think it's going to be the main conversation where the roles would be had.
Sure. Okay, that's fine. So you just get the ball rolling. You're like, we'd like
Yeah.
to have a conversation with this particular job. Okay. All right. So why don't you navigate us to Vafei system?
All right.
Do it.
Let's see. So we get attribute. What is that based off of? Int?
Yes, please. And remember, you get a plus.
Assisted of 2, right?
Yeah, you get plus 2 bonus. Yeah, because you made a note there.
9.
Yeah, look at the stars. Okay.
Stars.
All right. So you negotiate that, no problem. So that's your first jump. And then you need to make one more to get to Vafei.
So,
Alright.
is being a pilot do anything?
13.
Being a pilot is for navigating, like landing the ship after it's been like in a dangerous situation. Combat is all piloting the ship.
Are we forging a hard narrative where I'm sitting in the cockpit, though? Like, are we pretending that I'm flying the ship right now?
Yeah, you've got controller number 2, but it's not plugged in while Higgs is actually playing.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Nice. Wow, you're getting better at this with computer assistance.
Yeah,
All
I
right, so
got a
it
plus
takes.
3 or whatever. Yeah,
So
plus
you
3.
went 4 hexes. Yeah, so it takes 8 days.
Did it.
And you did it, yeah. no problem.
Navigated.
Yeah, navigating. Okay. Yeah, so you navigate your way to the Vafei system, no problem. So just to review the information that you were given by Rajani Van Dorn, there's a Purity Initiative VIP, an exemplar, they call them. His name is Lauren DeSoto, and he's expecting a pickup by a high-class taxi, basically space taxi service. You're going to pick him up, and you're supposed to take him to a meeting on Strophios and Varvaresos. But you're going to kidnap him instead. You're going to take his ass back to Vinaya, and you're going to dump him off with Rajani so that she can have a conversation with this guy. Because the Purity Initiative and the Midari Syndicate they're having a fight. So she wants to get at this exemplar. So you've been given, you've been given ship codes to help you, and then the retrofit of the cargo hold to have seats instead of empty space. But you're still going to have to do the human angle and convince them that you're the right people. So you enter the system.
Will this be a good stopping point? Because I'm
Yeah.
literally holding back tears from pain right
Yeah,
now.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
dude.
So if we could
Sorry.
stop,
Totally,
that'd
man.
be great.
Yeah,
And then we'll catch up
We
sometime next
get in the
week.
system. Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do shout outs and stuff like that. Sorry about that.
No, man, sorry,
I thought
man.
the pain pills would last, but They're not. Geoff, why don't you do some shout-outs?
Just thanks everyone for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And
That's not Geoff, but whatever. Word the mouth, or
You said
mouth
Geoff,
the words.
right?
I did, but yeah.
did.
Adam's
Yeah,
fucking
okay.
thing ruins everything. I'll just say
Steven, why don't you do shoutouts as Geoff?
that. There you go.
Hi
Steven, you're
guys,
Geoff now.
thanks for playing today. Really have a great time. Check me out on stream, EG.iNcontroL. No wait, InControl TV. Play a bunch of StarCraft. Some CS:GO, throw it in there, mix it up a little bit. Not quitting StarCraft, guys. Calm down. That's it for today. I guess I'll see you guys next week. We'll try to get it set up real soon. Thanks. Bye.
There you go.
Damn.
I think wheat will still be wheat. Yep, you're wheat. Go ahead.
All right, I
Shout
have
outs to
nothing
you.
to say other than I'm going to be quick. JP, I'm sending you every fucking last ounce that I can send you. Like, I'm
Me
giving
too,
you
buddy. Sorry.
my energy, dude. Yeah, that's it. I don't got. Let's keep going.
There you go. Now Steven, I think, will be Adam. Yes, Steven, you're Adam today.
Okay, so do you want me to do shoutouts as you, Steven?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, go for it.
All right, I'm Steven. I have an Instagram where I put on clothes. Also, there's a cat that I have, which is more popular than me. So
That's so
my-
true.
if you want to follow my cat on Twitter, it's Silent Osiris, twitch.tv/Silent Osiris's cat. And I'm making a game. I think it's about trains or something. I don't know, whatever. But I'm going to PAX.
It's pretty up and down.
Yeah. I'm really bad at puns, but I'm still a nice guy.
There you
Steve.
go. And now, Steven, you get to be Adam.
Okay, Steven.
Also-
Shout it out as me.
What was it? What were you drinking just then, Steven?
It was Kraken rum.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, wait, Geoff is me. Geoff,
Oh,
you're
Geoff is Adam. Shit.
Oh
Show me-
shit, Geoff.
My heart's palpitating. I'm trying to do this correctly. He's like, yeah. So that was a thing. Where space rolls can. Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, it's so good.
All right, so you know where to find me. Thread's already up. Ask me questions. Skinny Ghost on Twitter. Skinny Ghost on Roll20. Skinny Ghost on Reddit. Skinny Ghost on Instagram, where lately I've been taking pictures of pretty much just my face. So you can check that out. God damn it! I broke it.
You nailed it.
that's
in
good.
one,
What are you
dude.
doing these days? What's the game you're playing?
I nothing now. I'm waiting for Hong Kong to come out. So
Check them
just pick a game that was really popular like 6 to 8 months ago, and I'll play that tomorrow.
out. There you go. Stream detritus. Appreciate it. Well, I think we all, JP, hope you feel better, man. Sorry about that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'll be
absolutely.
good in like 24 hours. We'll let you guys know when we're doing the next show. I don't have much else to say, so we'll see you guys then. We're out. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, I don't have much else to say.